Hello, welcome to another wiki procedure, and today we are going to look on how you can register for the KCPE examinations in Kenya. Down here below we have given you a link which is going to direct you to our wiki procedure website page, where we have given you detailed information on how you can go about the application process. Additionally, we have included a select language option in which you can click and choose the language which is easy for you to comprehend. For example, I've chosen Kiswahili, and what this has done, this has translated all the information on the wiki procedure website page to Swahili, and I can easily read through the instructions. And I can easily revert back to English by clicking again on the select language icon and choosing English. We've also included external links to websites which you can visit, or we are going to visit, and make the application online. And we've also included links to registration forms which you can download and fill in before submission, and this applies to private candidates. We are going to go through these online platforms, and also we are going to go through the application forms as we move on with the presentation, so we can see how you can fill them and where to submit them. But before we move on with our presentation today, I'll urge you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the like button for our video, so you can get notifications whenever we upload new content in our wiki procedure website page. So let's get back to our presentation, and the list of items which we are going to cover in this session include need for registration for KCPE, the eligibility, required documents, steps to follow in making the application, fees, validity period, processing time, office location and contact information, and other information that we might find relevant on how to make the registration for the KCPE examination. So welcome to our presentation today, which is brought to you by wikiprocedure.com. Need for registration for KCPE. Registration allows the candidate to sit for the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education for the year they have applied for. This will enable the candidate to acquire a KCPE certificate. The eligibility criteria is as follows. Individuals, both citizens and non-citizens, who have undergone primary school education are eligible to apply. And in the case of school examinations, the prospective candidate must be in a final class in a recognized school. And for private candidates examinations, any one of the following categories may enter for the Kenya National Examination Council KCPE examinations: those who have attempted the Kenya National Certificate of Primary Education in the previous years and failed, adults who did not get a chance to have primary education in their childhood, and prisoners. Required documents are as follows: digital passport photos, medical reports written by both head teachers and doctors for candidates who have special needs. For private candidates, they must produce a national identity card, a passport, or an alien card for foreign candidates. Where this is not possible, the birth certificate and evidence of a national identity card, which is may be a waiting card, will be required. Also, proof of registration fees payment is also required for private candidates. Steps to follow in making the application are as follows. There are two types of application. There's the normal registration, which is done for candidates who are in primary school, recognized primary school, and there's the private candidate registration for the candidates whose criteria we have just mentioned. The ones who have failed KCPE examination in previous years, adults who didn't have a chance to get primary education, and prisoners. So in the normal registration, applications are done online, and registration for the candidates is done through the Kenya Certificate of Primary School Education online portal. And this is the online portal here. You can access it by going to the NEC, Kenya National Examination Council website, and clicking on the KCPE registration online portal icon. And you'll be required to upload the following documents and give the following information for candidate registration. You need to upload digital photos of the candidate, upload a copy of the birth certificate, input the candidate's index number, candidate's full name, and input the secondary school choices which the candidate has made. All documents for registration for the candidates are to be downloaded from the NEC website by the head teacher, and these documents are supposed to be used to capture the information of the candidates, which are supposed again now to be keyed in the NEC portal for KCPE registration. So the headmaster of a particular school or any authorized person is then required to log into the NEC website for capturing of the registration details of the candidate and uploading the photographs using the registered password for the respective examination center. All candidates must be registered where they have been learning. Registration in two centers, which is called double registration, will be treated as an examination malpractice, and that candidate will not be eligible to sit for the exams. You need to note that the Kenya National Examination Council will remit examination fees for all schools that receive pre-primary school education funds. So candidates who are in primary school do not require to pay any fees for registration for KCPE examination. All other schools and candidates, including repeating candidates who do not fall under the above category, which are expected to deposit examination fees to the NEC KCPE fees collection account before the deadline. All heads of institutions are expected to ensure all candidates' registration details are captured correctly, and every candidate has confirmed the same and signed the nominal roll. Verification of registration data usually takes place in the last 2 weeks of February, and after verification, the head teacher should declare and return should make a declaration and return envelope to NEC. We are going to go through these forms as we move on. For new schools and all schools not offering KCPE examination, the head teacher should also send a nil return form to the Kenya National Examination Council. For registration of private candidates, all private candidates are registered by the Sub-County Director of Education. So candidates wishing to register register privately are required to download the KCPE registration forms from the NEC website and fill the form in duplicate as required, and present 2 copies of the form to the respective sub-county education office for further instruction on registration within the registration period. The sub-county education officer is then required to log into the NEC website for capturing of the registration details of the candidate and uploading of the photographs using the registration password for the respective examination center. Private candidates are required to pay the registration fees, and a schedule of fees payable is detailed in our fees section. You are going to go through the fees as we move on. So private candidates are allowed to individually deposit money to the NEC collection accounts, and sub-counties education officers are usually asked to ensure compliance to these regulations. After making the payment, the private candidate is supposed to submit the receipt to the sub-county education officer, and the sub-county education officer is then expected to ensure that all private candidate registration details are captured correctly, and every candidate has confirmed the same and signed the nominal roll. Verification of data is usually takes place in the last 2 weeks of February, and all head of institution and sub-county education officers registering private candidates are asked to note that there will be no keying and amending of candidates' details after the verification. You should also note that there is no late registration of candidates after the verification period or registration period has elapsed. So let's quickly go through the registration online registration process for the head teachers. So the head teachers are advised to go to the NEC portal, and once you're in the NEC portal, just click on the KCPE KCAC registration. Once you have clicked here, for primary schools, come to the candidate registration and click on candidate registration. Every school is given a username and a password by the Kenya National Examination Council. So use the username given and the password to log in. And once you have logged in, fill in the details of your candidates and upload their passport photos and index numbers, full names, and their details, so that they can be captured in the nominal roll. And for private candidates, go to the NEC website and go to the download section, click on the KCPE icon, and under registration forms, click download now. Here you'll be able to access the KCPE examination entry form for private candidates, which you're supposed now to fill in duplicate. Fill in your full names, your date of birth, religion, occupation, the standard education standard reached, and where you intend to do your examination, and submit this form in duplicate to the sub-county adult education officer, where he is going to capture your details and advise you on how you're supposed to make payments. And these are the forms. This is the nil return. In case a new school or an old school not offering KCPE examination, the head teacher is supposed to fill this form indicating that no candidate is going to sit for examination in that particular year. And this is the return envelope. It's supposed to be filled by head teachers, indicating the number of candidates sitting examinations in a particular year. This is a declaration form, also filled by head teachers, indicating the number of candidates per subject who are supposed to sit in a particular year, and declaring that every detail has been captured in a particular station. And this is a form of candidates of special needs, which is supposed to be filled also by head teachers and verified by a doctor, verifying the number of students with special needs, visually impaired, other impairments like deafness, physical and mental impairments, and is supposed to be filled and submitted together with the application forms. So let's move on. The fees applicable. NEC pays fees for all schools that receive free primary school education. Private candidates are required to pay basic registration of 800 shillings, and they are supposed to pay 500 shillings if they seek to transfer from one examination center to another. All examination fees must be paid through the following banks: Cooperative Bank, National Bank of Kenya, and Equity Bank and Commercial Bank of Kenya. The validity period for examination registration is usually 1 year, and NEC certificates have no expiry date. The processing time is 1 month. Office and location and contact information of Kenya National Examination Council, you can find them through their PO box of 73598002000 Nairobi, Kenya, or visit them on their website of www.nec.ac.ke. Other information is that registration of candidates with special needs for KCPE exams are as follows. Special needs are categorized as follows. We are visually impaired, low visual and blind candidates, hearing impaired candidates, physically challenged candidates, and mentally challenged candidates. Information on the above candidates giving details of index number, subjects, degree of impairment must be captured during registration, and depending on the degree of impairment, the council will facilitate the candidates appropriately upon receipt of supporting evidence from competent medical authorities. So thank you for watching our presentation today. It has been a bit long, but we had to capture all the information. So once again, I urge you, go to hit the like button and click on the subscribe button so you can get more information on when we upload new content in our YouTube channel. So once again, thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best in your registration for the KCPE examinations in Kenya. So have a blessed day.